California is where he used to call home, but blue beyond the wheel, the number 12, former national champ himself. It's just a little oil burning off the header there, I believe. 51 of R.J. Johnson. Johnson out of Laveen, Arizona. 5 consecutive USAC Southwest Sprint Car titles for him back in the day, and a lot, and I do mean a lot of feature event wins, but we see him in action at the Tulsa Shootout in the micro and a little bit of everything else. Just loves to race.
Well, if you're looking for a CRA guy to cheer for during the Western Worlds, look no further than this guy, the Demon, Damian Gardner, the greatest of all time when it comes to USAC CRA competition. But Damian, I know last year wasn't the year you were looking for during the Western Swing. You guys just didn't seem to have the normal speed when you went to Arizona and Paris. So what did you learn from last year that you could apply to this year and be better with the national cars?
Oh, I mean, it's just one of the deals, you know, with the pandemic and everything. I think it's made Hoosiers gotten behind and gotten a little stuck, and I don't know what, you know, exactly, but I mean, really, we didn't learn a lot. We were always fast going in. I think you've seen the past years, we've always been quick, and last year was the first year we kind of got struck. We weren't. I thought we could overcome it, but, you know, when you go from a tire that's really good, you know, HTW 18-wide tire, and then you make you run on a medium, which is not very good tire at all, that our setups are just different. And whether the tires, which tire is better, which tire is the best, is not the debate. It's a matter of when you run each tire, they're different. The setups are different, and so the things I do to my car on a you know, small medium is way different than I would do on an HTW. And you know, we were made to run the HTW to keep up supply for the national guys. So yeah, and so when everybody came out, it just literally, that was it. I mean, I thought we could catch up really quick and so forth. We were only given one race to really catch up, and we didn't. And you saw it last year. We went from running it every week to, you know, middle of the pack. And so this year we weren't given the tire we really wanted and the tire we run, but we were given the H15, which is closer to the structure of an HTW. So I think we'll be closer in the hunt, and I think, you know, I don't know, if last night showed anything, I think we were on the right track. We were in the up with the front guys, so I think that's where we need to be, and hopefully this year it's better.
You've had a fantastic season, no doubt about it, with the USAC CRA Sprint Car Series. 6 wins on the air. You're leading the points coming into the final 5 races, trying to lock up yet another title. Is it crazy to you that you're still rattling off titles like this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you'd asked me a long time ago if I could win this many or if this, you know, be this good this long, I wouldn't have thought that, you know, but you know, but then as hard as my guys work, you know, Alex and her team, and you know, Shaver Engines, and you know, we got good sponsors now with POL, and you know, I would think it's possible, and that's what I'd be striving to do every year. So no, not, you know, no, not because of that, but yeah, I don't know. It's different now. I don't know. You know, the racing's different. Guys are. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We just try to kill them every week and put together a season of just domination, and you know, aim really high, and then hopefully we come somewhere in the middle, and that's be good. And you know, that's what my guys try to do. And they're all getting older now, so it's harder, but we still manage to put it together.
Well, that's Damian Gardner. He leads the Amsoil USAC CRA point standings with just 5 races to go, heading into Western World.
Yeah, unfortunately, that might be the 3V car down there doing that. So Jim Van Zandt, Prescott, Arizona racer in the Mach 1 chassis, Kistler Chevrolet. Mach 1, there's like 3 non-wing cars that run a Mach 1 chassis. Mach 1 is built by Mark Smith back in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. And Smith, for a long time, and many years running, was the winningest sprint car racer in the United States. This year backed off a little bit on racing, but still picked up a tremendous amount of feature event wins. But builds the Mach 1 chassis, which is known as a wing chassis. But there's a couple people that run them as a non-wing car. Obviously, Mark Smith is one of them. The other one's Cal Cummins, and Cal Cummins has won a lot of big races this year and won a lot of races this year in a Mach 1 chassis. Jim Van Zandt is the only other one that I'm aware of as a non-wing car in a Mach 1 chassis. So that's kind of a neat deal out of Prescott, Arizona. Biltmore Chevron sponsors on that 3V car, but he is popping there in just a little bit. Beautiful sunset down here in the desert. Last night we had the SpaceX launch, which was really wicked. Dean Mills was not down here with us to capture that for us, though. And we weren't live on a broadcast, so we could have seen it anyhow. But I got a cool photo on my phone. But beautiful sunset down here. 83 today, 84 degrees, right in there somewhere was the high today. Nice cool temps tonight. Beautiful time of year to be down in Yuma, Arizona. 350 plus days of sunshine a year. in what is the winter vegetable capital of the world. I also learned, I did a little research and learned that the agriculture down here in this neck of the woods, for those of you tuned in on FloRacing watching from back in the Midwest, agriculture down here, a $3.2 billion a year industry. And it's almost all vegetables and citrus and date palms, and it's all food. Not that corn's not food, but.
Here with 5-time USAC Southwest Sprint Car Series champion RJ Johnson, quite possibly one of the best to ever do it out here in Arizona. But you can teach an old dog new tricks, and that's exactly what you guys are going for. You brought an experimental car here to the Western World. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I don't know, it's experimental. It's something that's actually a 2008 car that it's brand new. It's just been sitting around. We put together to see if we can try something different with, you know, the advancements and shocks and stuff, see if it can be a little better by putting coils on the front and Danny Drynin's dry bar in the back, and see what we can do.
So obviously you've kind of been in a car like this one over here for the last few years, and now you're in this one. Like you said, it's a lot different from the cars that a lot of people have today, and different shocks and all that jazz. So what's the biggest difference driving a car like that compared to a normal sprint car that most people have these days?
The biggest thing I feel is a little quicker reacting. So I guess at the end of the day, we're hoping for her to go a little slick tonight, to see if we can get it up front. You know, we haven't got to race as much this year, so we're looking for anything we can to get a little advantage.
Well, he's certainly going to try to do that. RJ Johnson, one of the favorites coming into the Western World here at Cocopah.
Coming up next weekend, we'd love to see you out there at the racetrack, Cocopah Speedway, and that is next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Paris, California. And then Jake, I understand, also found a midget ride for Turkey Night, perhaps. So that'll be cool to see as well. So Sean Deskin's hot off a win last week at an open comp sprint car show. So he's feeling a little feisty coming out here to Cocopah Speedway. So again, this wheel pack taking place. There's the number 16 car I was telling you about earlier on, Mike Martin. Beautiful race car. Hasn't raced a whole lot this year. I think only just a few starts in 2022, so it's just tough to travel these days for Mike. But one of those, the Magic Man, you know him from his racing, but also was fielded a car for Brian Clausen whenever Brian would spend his fall and winter months out here racing with us in the Southwest, the desert Southwest. Mike Martin was his car owner on that, and still has Brian's last car that he raced. But good to see him out here with us. Glad he busted out his hot rod. Rip around Cocopah Speedway. So making history tonight, I talked about this, the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series visiting here for the first time in the history of the series. Speaking of the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank AMSOIL, the title sponsor of the USAC Sprint Car National Championship. Why choose AMSOIL synthetic lubricants? Because AMSOIL delivers next-level power, performance, and protection. Built in a lab so you can feel it on the road. Run with us. Visit AMSOIL online at amsoil.com. NOS Energy Drink out here with us as well. NOS Energy Drink, the title sponsor of the USAC Midget National Championship. You're a machine with 800 horses coursing through your veins. Fuel up, fire up, never look back. Live fast, drink NOS with Complex 6 for high-performance energy and enhanced mental focus. Visit drinknos.com for a retailer near you and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. You can also swing by the NOS tent located out on the Midway and ask for a complimentary NOS beverage. And that'll get you fueled up and fired up. FloRacing, the official video partner of the United States Auto Club, where you can catch every USAC national event live and on demand throughout the 2022 season. Clips, interviews, highlights, and exclusive content to stay in tune with USAC on FloRacing.com. Hoosier Racing Tires, the official tire of the United States Auto Club. For more information on the tires designed for champions, contact Hoosier Tire online at HoosierTire.com. Steelett Brand Coatings has continuously raised the bar in the industry for nearly half a century by making powder coating a thing of the past.
Here with one of the good guys and one of the most experienced drivers in the southwestern part of the United States. That, of course, is Vern Sweeney. And Vern, we were just talking earlier, you've ran the Western World at every single racetrack it's been at. So before we come here to Cocopah Speedway, what's been your favorite track you ran the Western World on?
Manzi. It's the only track I've ever won at. So that's been really the best one, I think, in my opinion. I love the bigger tracks, and they were always good to me because that's what I kind of grew up on at Ascot. The little tracks we've always struggled, but Manzanita was always my favorite just because it was wide open and you didn't have to lift much.
Absolutely. That was a place that I'm and many others are sure bummed we didn't get to see. But last night you didn't make it here for practice. So coming into tonight, even though you do have experience at this racetrack with USAC, CRA, do you feel like you're kind of a bit behind the 8 ball coming into the first night of the Western World?
No, I'm behind the 8 ball all the time. I'm old, but no, it's all good for me. We're, you know, I don't look at it that way. It is what it is for me, and I do the best I can, and I'm having a whole lot of fun.
Well, Vern Sweeney, probably the guy having the most fun in the pit area here at Cocopah.
Check out what you can earn their points to spend them on, but it's just a lot of fun. I highly enjoy it. Well, we're going to keep group number 1 out here for a hot lap session. Nate Shank, the 1S car. Actually, the $1 sign, but I'm going to call him the 1S because it takes me too long to type a dollar sign in up here. So Nate Shank, Santa Rosa, California racer, DRC chassis, Hutchinson Chevrolet in the 1S car. He's getting ready to throttle up. Austin Williams, the number 2 car. Corona, California racer. Chris Bono, the number 15. Didn't talk about him earlier on. My apologies for that. Phoenix, Arizona is where he calls home. ASCA racer beyond wheel, the number 15. CJ Leary should be staying out here along with 21AZ. Jake Swanson's down there, so Leary's just behind Swanson. Here comes Bono back out onto the racetrack at the number 15. Williams down on his inside. Matt Mitchell, the 37, slated to stay out here, and Wayne Siddle in the number 7 should be in this first one. As we get set to go. Take the opportunity, I know a lot of you tuned in from far and away, but somebody that is tuned in from back in Indianapolis. Got to give a shout out and a happy birthday to Terry Caves is tuned in, former midget car owner. Around racing for a long time, and Terry tuned in on FloRacing here tonight. And Terry, happy birthday. Dean Mills says happy birthday to you as well. Good to have you tuned in. As we throttle them up, cut them loose. Hot lap session number 1. Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Set them around a big old 3/8 mile. If you are tuned in on FloRacing, have never seen this racetrack before. It's a 3/8 mile medium bank track, and there's also a car backwards down to turn number 3 and 4. But So 3/8 mile, medium banked, and the racers I talked to down the pit area, a lot of them compare it to Terre Haute, but smaller. So races like Terre Haute, just a little smaller. Our practice session last night was phenomenal. And I got to give a shout out to Yuma Auto and RV as they put on a barbecue for us last night, had pulled pork, and I'm here to tell you, if there's pulled pork in the United States or in the world that smells better than what they had down there last night, then I want you to show it to me because I don't believe you. That was phenomenal. The beans. Oh, we went back for beans. But a big shout out and a thank you to Yuma Auto and RV. We appreciate that and making this all possible down here. I know supporting the racetrack and supporting some of the racers down this neck of the woods, but it was very much appreciated. I just made myself drool. Now I got to wipe my microphone off just thinking about it. So we get Siddle pointed in proper direction down here for the number 7 car, getting pushed back off again. Now I can't quit thinking about the barbecue. So getting set to go. We tried again here. Hot lap session number 1 firing off. Again, 40 cars checked in for racing action tonight. 5 groups for hot laps. Single car qualifying against the field. And without a shadow of a doubt, a new national track record will be set tonight. Which means, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. See what happens here. We got to get this thing skiffed off. Again, this is our first hot lap session, so she's going to be a little slick out there. This dirt you find here at Cocopah Speedway comes out of the bottom of the river, so this is actually dredged out of the rivers where they get their clay from, and it's not really as much of a clay as it is a mixture of sediment and silt. So it stays very smooth. It's very fast. And you'll try to work with it as the night goes on. But last night, and again, at least 3 cars underneath the track record set by the USAC CRA earlier this year. But Cocopah Speedway, the Diamond in the Desert. Somerton, Arizona, just outside Yuma. Yuma's the lights you see off into the distance. Which, well, I say off in the distance, like a mile away. Give or take. There's a caution coming out. So Jake Swanson, a 19.133. We're not even close where we're going to be at the end of these hot lap sessions, but going to pack around here just a little bit and continue to work with this racetrack. Shout out to Colby Stillion. Sean Danner tuned in watching on the broadcast as well. We're getting close to Sean out in California. We'll be out at Paris Auto Speedway for the Oval Nationals next week, and which incidentally, not only is it the Oval Nationals and pays $20,000 to win on Saturday, but it's also the final race in the Bubby Jones Master Going Faster Series. So another big bonus will be given out next weekend as well to the Oval Nationals. That's the 3rd through the 5th at Paris Auto Speedway. We'd love to see you out there to the racetrack, and looking forward to getting back out to Paris. Just one of those classic USAC CRA tracks. And then after that, it'll be all midgets all the time through the month of November, starting on the 15th at Bakersfield Speedway for the Fall Nationals, and then Hangtown 100 Placerville. Head to Merced Speedway, the Turkey Night Midget Grand Prix out at Ventura Raceway, my favorite racetrack. It's my number 1 racetrack. I love the setting of that racetrack. I love the people out there. I love the town. I love that little diner that has a bee on the front of it, the Bumblebee Diner or whatever the heck that's called. I eat there every day I'm out there. That's all coming up. Check out the schedule. USACRacing.com. This Dirt Draft Hot Laps continues. Kind of loose again on this one. CJ Leary already down into the mid 18-second bracket. Leary was one of those cars, the 77M rolled into practice last night. He's never visited here before. Unloaded out of the trailer, went out onto the racetrack, and instantly went underneath the track record for the USAC CRA. So he unloaded very well with the 77M, looked very comfortable down into pit area, and I think he's feeling pretty feisty. So if you can get him on your dirt draft, you might want to add him, but he's going to be expensive. Jake Swanson, the 21AZ, goes second quick on that by just a little bit. Beyond CJ Leary. Matt Mitchell in an 18.283, 18.283 for Matt Mitchell, though. So Mitchell, Swanson, Bonu, Leary, your top 4. Austin Williams, your top 5. So that is group number 1 of 2. Hey, something else. If you're tuned in watching on FloRacing or sitting out here in the stands, maybe journeyed out here to join us, don't forget you can join the Indy Fuel. The Indy Fuel, the hockey team back in Indianapolis, is having a turn back the clock USAC racing night. So the Indy Fuel on November 5th at 7 o'clock, you can join with them as they travel back in time to take the ice in the special edition Indianapolis Racers jerseys. You can check out real USAC cars that are going to be in and around the Indiana Farmers Coliseum and bid on the jerseys after the game. Take advantage of that special ticket offer and save some money. And where you can get the tickets? Well, you can go to USACRacing.com, find out more information. Also, portion of the money raised throughout the night on that night, and again, that is November 5th for Turn Back the Clock USAC Racing Night, but a portion of the money raised throughout that night goes to benefit Driven to Save Lives. So Driven to Save Lives, a benefactor on that night. So November 5th, Indy Fuel is taking on the Kalamazoo Wings. Turn Back the Clock and USAC Racing Night. Doors open at 6. Game starts at 7 at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum and the Indiana State Fairgrounds. So go out there and enjoy some of the ECHL hockey. They have a great team. They got a great mascot. It's very friendly. We saw him downtown during our pill draw for the BC 39. As we bring out group number 2. Tommy Thunder Malcolm, Corona, California racer, should be coming out in this group. The 5X car, the number 8 at Timahako, the Pound 1. Is that right? Number sign 1? I felt odd saying that. Of Justin Zimmerman, Athens, Texas racer, coming over and joining us. The 19 AZ of Mitchell Moles. The 98 of Vern Sweeney. Justin Grant, the number 4. R.J. Johnson, the 51. And then Chase Johnson in the 2I. All joining us out here in group number 2. So the hashtag 1 for the kids out there, Justin Zimmerman, Athens, Texas racer, coming over and joining us. Good addition here tonight, regular with the ASCS Elite Non-Wing Series. A 2-time champ with that series. Missed a couple races this year. I think still finished second in the point standings with them. But the D-Up Racing number 1Z is what I'm calling, but the hashtag 1 of Justin Zimmerman, a bucket list for him to travel outside. They said it's the furthest he's ever traveled to race with the series. So good to have him over here. Glad he made the trip from Texas to join us. So keep your eye on Zimmerman here tonight as he is hot to trot. Mitchell Moles pushes off the AME Electrical, number 19 AZ. AME Electrical always looking for good qualified electricians up in the Phoenix area. So if you are an industrial electrician or have the hopes to be, I'm sure they got a training program as well. But AME Electrical, check them out online as they are always hiring for electricians in the Phoenix area. New construction, which is the best kind of electrician to be because you don't have to go in and fix somebody else's mistakes. Justin Grant, the number 4 car back behind, currently leading the national point standings. NOS Energy Drink number 4. Vern Sweeney, I talked about him in the 98 car. Vern Sweeney. Had an interesting conversation with Vern down in the pits earlier on today, and I talked about him. He's been in a sprint car since '87, but a third-generation racer. And he said, I said, you've been around racing your whole life? And he said, I was at Ascot before I was even conceived. That's early in your life, let me tell you. You've been around racing for a long time at that point. So the Bull Timahako, Peoria, Arizona is where he used to call home. Actually moved back to the Midwest and picked up a Lincoln Park non-wing championship this year in Putnamville. So the Lincoln Park 410 champ behind the wheel of the number 8 car out here, but came back out and he's running the Bob Ream Jr. number 8 car. So back in his home state, Chase Johnson in the 2I. Last night, unfortunately, blown power plant in the 8M car, so moved over to the 2I. Mitchell Moles is kind of my story of the year, though, or one of the stories of the year, I think. It's that, and I told him, I said, the best compliment I can give Mitchell is the fact that I forget he is a rookie. He was a rookie in the Midget Series. He was a rookie in the Sprint Car Series. He has 3 feature event wins with the Midgets, 2 quick times. In the Sprint Cars, he has 2 feature event wins and 7 quick times. And you forget he came out of micros. Incredible talent behind the wheel of the 19 AZ car. Shout out to my buddy Wes White. I haven't talked to Wes for a long time. He's tuned in from Denton, Texas. What the heck are you doing in Denton, Texas? Did you get lost? Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Down there picking up a new tow truck. Set him around here. Mitchell Moles goes into the number 1 spot. Not a big surprise. 18:04.7 lap time for him. Justin Grant second quick. Matt Mitchell bumped down to third. Jake Swanson fourth. Bono in the number 15, rounding out the top 5. As it sits, this one far from over. Justin Grant goes P1. 17.749 for Justin Grant. You live in Texas? Oh, it's warm down there. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Can't argue with that. So checkered flag coming out on that session. Justin Grant, the number 4 car, into the number 1 spot of 17.384. Mitchell Moles second quick. Hey, that last effort there by Tomahawko put him inside the top 5. So Mitchell Moles is second quick. Chase Johnson, the 2 I-car, third quick. Matt Mitchell bumped down to 4th quick, and Tomahawko just got into the top 5 at that last lap across at 18.286. So Justin Grant now the number to beat in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The Dirt Draft making Hot Laps pay. A $500 bonus to the driver at the end of the year who sets the most quick times in Hot Laps throughout the course of the season across all 3 USAC national divisions. So next group rolls out. First one out onto the racetrack out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. That's Matt Westfall in a 33M car. Just to his inside, out of Garden Grove, California, Brody Rowe in the 91R. Joining us, the madman Robert Blue down on the inside, that second row behind the wheel of the number 12 car. Blue's first visit out west since 2017. So good to have him back out west here racing with us again, headed back towards the home state. We talked about Sean Deskins in the number 20 car. Just to his inside now, the number 69, that is the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. So Grabowski slides up there. Austin Grabowski, Riverside, California racer, behind the wheel of the number 72. Second row back is where we find the 2J of Kyle Cummins, although Cummins sliding up to get a little better pushing spot. And Emerson Axum, the 47 BC, Driven to Save Lives ride back behind. Hey, speaking of Driven to Save Lives, I got to give a shout out to Driven to Save Lives. If you're not an organ donor, you should be, and you can sign up obviously on your driver's license and so on and so forth. That gets you registered in the state. But if you get with Driven to Save Lives, they can get you on the national registry. And if you are an organ donor, Driven to Save Lives has started an ambassador program where you can be an ambassador for organ donation. And you're never too old to be an organ donor. I learned that, and there's a tremendous amount of ways that you can help and affect many people's lives out there through organ donation. So please consider it if you haven't done so. A good friend of mine received a heart transplant over the winter months and recovered into the spring, the summer. She just did a walkathon. They just raised like $16,000 for a different, forget what the charitable cause was. It was to do with the heart, obviously. But she is doing very well, and I am very, very appreciative of the people that made the choice to donate. And you should do so, too. So become an organ donor. DrivenToSaveLives.org is the place to find out more information about it. Be an ambassador for organ donation, but you won't regret it. So getting set to push off group number 3. And again, Dirt Draft Hot Laps, quickest so far, Justin Grant, a 17.384 lap time. The track record set by USAC CRA, a 16.213. So we're closing in on it here pretty quickly. So Chapman Chevrolet of Yuma, 55th Annual USAC Western Road, presented by Yuma Insurance and Avanti. Avanti Windows and Doors, located up in Phoenix as well. Boy, that's a huge place up there. My goodness gracious, is that place big. But a shout out to Avanti and for all they do to support the racetrack down here. And then Chapman Chevrolet, if you're not familiar, they have a lot of, I know they have other cars out here other than that red truck, but I can't get past the Silverado out here. Trail Boss. Boy, that thing is sexy. I went down to look at the other cars, and I just keep gravitating towards that truck. So, yeah. If you get a chance, check them out. They're in the Midway. But Chapman Chevrolet, we appreciate everything they do for the racetrack and have done here for the Western World Championships. If you're looking for a nice Trail Boss, you don't even have to come look at it. If you're watching on FloRacing, just contact them, tell them to ship it to you. They'll take care of you. You can take my word for it. It is beautiful. So third group coming out. 40 cars checked in for racing action here tonight. Following this, we go directly into our qualifying session. It will be the Woodland Auto Display Fatheads Eyewear qualifying for the USAC CRA, USAC National Sprint Cars, the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. Take the opportunity to thank a few more of our sponsors out here making this all possible. Cookout, the proud sponsor of USAC's Quarter Midget Series. Always fresh, never frozen burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, cooked fresh every day. And get this, over 40 different flavors of shakes prepared fresh and made by hand every day. It's all yours. To find a Cookout location near you, visit cookout.com. I did not do that. I was in Tennessee camping down there over a little bit of our off break, and lo and behold, there's Cookout right down the street. So I ate there 3 times. Mainly for the shakes. Their food's good too, don't get me wrong, but boy, those shakes. Wow. So send them on through here. Justin Grant, the number to beat, to 17,384. 17.384. See how we'll start putting some times down. Brady Bacon, 18.350. Grabowski, the 72 car, feeling good. He goes 4th quick on his first lap through. Matt Westfall enters the top 3. Brody Rowe enters the top 5. There's Bacon up the 2nd quick. Now Axum up the 2nd quick. Boy, they're quick across the board. It's going to keep you abreast of the situation, but man, it is just slapping around up there. There's Bacon to the top spot. Checkered flag coming out on session number 3, or group number 3 of the Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Brady Bacon now up top, 17,187. Emerson Axum, the 47 BC 2nd quick. Robert Ballou 3rd quick. Brody Rowe, Justin Grant, your top 5. To bring around here, group number 4 coming out. So Brody Rowe into the number 4 spot. Drake York just sent me a text message. He said they call Rowe's car the 100% car because that car has been in 2 USAC CRA races and won both of them. So they busted the good one out here for Cocopah Speedways. We're going to do a little wall scrape down into the corners, give them a marker down there as kind of blends into the banking whenever you charge in down, well, let's call it 120 mile per hour probably. Group number 4 rolling out. We'll have Charge and Charles Davis Jr., the number 47 car, back out here with us again. They had pork chops last night. Buckeye, Arizona racer, the 34 is Sterling Kling out of Tempe, Arizona. Sutter, California's Logan Seavey, the number 42. Logan Williams, Yorba Linda, California racer in the 5W. Out of El Paso, Texas, the number 54, Jeremy Jonas. Jeremy coming out here to race with us in the Evan Pardo-owned number 54. It actually was picked up the ASCS Elite Non-Wing Rookie of the Year honors back in 2020, but this is a brand-new race car they're bringing out here to join us. And this partnership happening just, I think tomorrow is a year anniversary of his father's passing. He said it just felt like divine intervention that they got teamed up here and able to bring that 54 car out. So good to have him out here with us. Good to see Jeremy on the racetrack. Cody Williams, Norco, California racer, the 44. Rip and Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, the number 41. And then Eddie Tafoya Jr. in Chino Hills, California racer in the 51T. And will be out in group number 4 of 5. So wall scraping going very quickly. So again, next weekend finishes off the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car season and the USAC CRA season. Oval Nationals at Paris Auto Speedway, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. $20,000 to win. The check, I saw the check. The check is down in the trailer as we speak. I picked it up. I held it. And that's probably as close as I'll ever get to it. I definitely won't be holding it in any victory lane. But that's coming up next weekend. Love to see you out at Paris Auto Speedway. Good times out there. Looking forward to getting out to Paris. And talked about the Fall Nationals, Bakersfield Speedway, to kick off our midget swing on the 15th of the month. That's a Tuesday night race at Bakersfield Speedway. And one of my favorite visits. November. Did I say October? November Classic. I'm sorry. I thought it was the Fall Nationals. November Classic. November Classic. Good thing Richie corrected me. Hey, I had the date right, for crying out loud. As soon as you leaned over here, I thought, did I say October? November 15th. The November Classic, which is a better name. A little dehydrated for being down here in Yuma. Boy, this place will suck the moisture out of you, won't it? November Classic. I'm saying it again to remind myself. So number to beat, Brady Bacon, 17-1-8-7. Emerson Axum, Robert Blue, Brody Roa, Justin Grant, your top five as it sits. That's definitely the 3V car. So we've got that narrowed down now. Jim Van Zant, Prescott. So it's Prescott, if you read it, it's Prescott, Arizona. I know many of you sitting at home watching on FloRacing from far and wide think that it's pronounced Prescott, but it's not. It's pronounced Prescott. So Prescott, Arizona, the Mach 1 chassis, Kistler Chevrolet. And I talked about Van Zandt. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier on or not, but he has raced pretty much anything with wheels, from off-road to drag racing. But do you call it a two-man team if it's just you and your wife? I think so. Coming out here to race with us with the 3V car. Beautiful, beautiful race car, by the way. Nice classy look to it. Has like the two colored stripes on it and the silver, and it's a good looking race car. You see Charging Charles Davis Jr. with us again. It's been a while. He was out in the Midwest with us, raced a long time, and then unfortunately his mother passed away, which was so sad, but good to see Charging Charles Davis out here with us again. Love that team. Just such a great team, so friendly. And plenty quick. Kind of walks the dog around the top shelf here for the number 47 car. Takes it across, instantly cracks into the top three as well for the 47, so he's feeling pretty good down here at Cocopah Speedway. It's a little side-by-side action on the screen for you. If you're watching on FloRacing, Sterling Kling working down to the inside. Give that one up. They tell me turn number 2 is the hard corner to get out of, and I know from being down here in the past with the IMCA Winter Nationals, which take place down here every year with the modifieds and the sport mods and the hobby stocks and stock cars, that there's a lot of cars that make contact with the wall coming out turn number 2, so that is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the tricky part of the racetrack. So we watch our little cluster coming out of the corner of the number 44. Rocking and rolling along there for Cadillac Cody Williams. Checkered flag has been displayed. Charging Charles Davis Jr. into the number 1 spot with a 17.003 on that last lap out of the corner, and Charging Charles came to play ball. Brady Bacon bumped down to second quick. Emerson Axum, Robert Blue, and Brody Roa, your top 5. But Charging Charles, the 47, you're looking at there if you're watching on FloRacing, currently quickest in dirt draft hot laps. And that highly recognizable number 47 car. MP Environmental, RSS Industries, Conroy New Control sponsors on the number 47. Bring out our final group of dirt draft hot laps. Kyle Edwards should be coming out, the Fountain Valley, California racer, the 39E car. The 14 out of Worthington, Indiana, Jaden Rogers. Picking up that big win at the Hobstadt Hustler. His first USAC national win coming this year for the driver behind the wheel of the number 14. 17 GP, Kevin Thomas Jr. out of Coleman, Alabama. Matt McCarthy out of Riverside, California, the 28M. 16 of Mike Martin out of Yuma, Arizona. Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona, the number 6. The 214's how we're scoring him. That's Jake Neal in the number 1 car, the 214 car, Omaha, Nebraska racer. And then our other number 1, The gray number 1 sitting just before the flag stand is the USAC CRA points leader and 9-time champ with the series out of Concord, California, Damian Gardner, who also has won the last 5 races here for the USAC CRA series. So to say he is the one to beat would be an understatement. So keep your eye on the number 1 car here tonight. Get him on your dirt draft if you can afford him. He's going to be expensive. In other news, I love the Chevy push truck back here. He's got the cool blinky lights on it. Sequential. So signal to push. We'll fire them off. Your final group here for the Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Jaden Rogers waiting on a push here for the number 14 car. 2022 marked his first year going full-time at the Imsol USAC National Sprint Car Series. Had dabbled around a little bit in 2021, but the drawback was he was still in high school. So he had to graduate high school and now was able to focus the full year with us out on the road and picked up feature event win. 10 heat race wins across the course of the season for the racer behind the wheel, the number 14. But, yeah, his pace has picked up considerably as 2022's gone on. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do with us, not only through the end of this year, but going into next year as well. Everybody spread out, get ready to cut them loose. Your final hot lap session won't be quickest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. You got to be quicker in Charge and Charles. 17.003, 17.003, the number to beat. Lights down around the racetrack. Jerry Van Sickle up at the flag stand. If you watch Marshalltown Speedway, Jay Van used to be the voice of Marshalltown Speedway. He's the voice of the IMCA Super Nationals and Boone Speedway, but this year didn't hear him quite as much on the microphone. That's because he took over promoter duties at Marshalltown Speedway. It's now the official, or the official promoter, I guess is what we're going to call him at Marshalltown, Iowa, one of my favorite racetracks to visit. Great racing there across the board. But good to have Jay Van down here helping out. Cocopah Speedway, he'll be down here for the IMCA Winter Nationals as well. He's not stupid. He heads where it's warmer as this time of year. He's a snowbird, apparently. Didn't see that one coming. We'll work the rim around here. Jaden Rogers looking to be the quickest out of this session. We'll see if it turns out that way. So far, he cracked the top 5 for the number 14 car. Trouble. Down in turn number 3. Coming together there with Damian Gardner, unfortunately. Kyle Edwards, the 39E car. Unfortunately, Damian Gardner trying to get down the inside. They made contact and sent Edwards up. And you see where he skiffed into the wall underneath the Yuma Auto and RV Center billboard and then kind of bounced on up through, but a tough break there as he comes up out of the race car. Not very happy, I would imagine, for the racer behind the wheel of the 39E. Go back and watch the replay, and Damian down the inside, just came up and got into the front of the 39E car and up into the wall he went. So a tough break. Man, you hate to see that happen in the hot lap session. So Charge and Charles seems to be safe up top in the Dirt Draft Hot Laps, a 17.003, 17.003. Still a couple more laps coming there as Kyle out of the race car talking to the officials. Looks like he'll hop back in again. We'll get him on the tow truck. Let his displeasure be known. Give a shout out to Ken Marks. Ethan Marks tuned in. Ethan, his hockey season, I understand, going very well, but good to have them joining us. Two of my arch nemesis on Dirt Draft. But still good people. I don't hold it against them if they can beat me all the time. So I'm not like that. So thanks so much for coming out and joining us here at Cocopah Speedway. Good seeing each and every one of you. Go do it again tomorrow night. It'll be $10,000 to win tomorrow night, $6,000 to win tonight. So two big paying shows here for the Western World Championships. 6 o'clock start time tomorrow. Make your plans to be out here and join us. A lot of campers sitting up here. It's good to see you camped out. Hopefully you're taking advantage of everything the Cocopah tribe has to offer with the, man, what a convenience store. That just came out of nowhere. I was thinking about that. It used to be the little dinky convenience store over here, which is still very nice. They had a lot of stuff crammed in there, but man, I come back and it's a Taj Mahal of convenience stores out here. Filled up with gas there this morning, got coffee. They have really good coffee, and they have the old styrofoam. Remember the styrofoam cups that, like, I don't know, like you're supposed to drink coffee out of? They have them. Made me feel good. Looking forward to going back again tomorrow. Casino across the street. Hotel. Great place to vacation. How far is Glamis from here, Bill? About an hour, hour and a half? Yeah, not too far out the Glamis Sand Dunes. You can YouTube that if you're not familiar with it. Be a fun place to spend some time. Here we go, line it back up, cut them loose. Finish off his Dirt Draft Hot Lap session here for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars USAC CRA. Watching Kevin Thomas Jr. down into the corner, 17 GP car. Singing a merry tune around here. So white flag comes out. Charge and Charles might be safe. ATJ just got the number 2 spot, though. Missed it by a little bit. Jaden Rogers, third quick. Damian Gardner goes second quick now. Oh, my. So there's your quick time and Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Happened to final lap around a 16.942 for Kevin Thomas Jr. and the 17 GP car got it away from Charge and Charles Davis Jr. Charge and Charles second quick. Damian Gardner third quick. Jaden Rogers, Brady Bacon your top 5 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. But we wiped the slate clean. Getting set to go into our qualifying for Fatheads Eyewear qualifying. Woodland Auto Display also sponsor of time trials out here for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars and USAC CRA. And again, a new track record will be set here tonight. So they'll be coming out of the push chute here. Not quite the run that you need to take the green the first time by. So they're going to have to go around at least once. And then as they come out of turn number 4, they'll take the green flag. That'll put them on the clock. 2 laps around. You're qualifying against the field. Lineups tonight will be based on our qualifying times with the 6 fastest cars in each heat race inverted. So your fast qualifier actually starts 6th in heat race number 1. Your second fast qualifier starts 6th in heat race number 2, so on and so forth till we fill out our 4 heat races. So it'll be 2 cars at a time coming out for qualifying. Don't let that confuse you. But 4 heats here tonight. Again, your 6 fastest cars inverted in each of the heat races. Top 4 will advance out of the heat races directly into the feature event. From your transfer cars from the heat races, Your 6 fastest transfers based on their qualifying time are inverted on the first 3 rows. Then your heat race winners, if they're not one of the 6 fastest cars, start behind them, and then everybody else is lined up based on their qualifying times. So technically, you could come out of the B main and still start 11th. So here we go. First 2 qualifiers coming out onto the racetrack. That first one is the number 37 car, Matt Mitchell, out of Yorba Linda, California. All Lamb Honda, FK Rod Ends, P1 Australia sponsors on the number 37. And still popping and banging and hammering like a blind carpenter, Jim Van Zandt out of Prescott, Arizona. And Biltmore Chevron, Randy's Paint and Body, Van Zandt Motorsports, number 3 V cars. Just going to try to get it around here and at least get a qualifying time in and get something out of it as he struggles his way down on the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. If you don't have the horsepower to spin the tires, it makes it tough to get one of these 410 sprint cars around. Matt Mitchell, for now, your track record holder, a 17.044. Matt Mitchell, the number 37, into the number 1 spot. Second car, or second trap cost, 17.180. So 17.180, the 37. New track record for the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Series. Your number 1 qualifier, Van Zandt, had to limp it off the racetrack. Unfortunately, that 3V just not up to the task. So we'll get him down into the infield. Push off our next 2 cars. So USAC CRA. Going to send him around here. He missed the exit back there. So USAC CRA track record. Cody Williams set that back earlier this year, a 16.213, 16.213. So giving him one more lap as he got held up by Van Zandt. 16.847, 16.847, 16.847 for Matt Mitchell. So we'll do her again all the way around. 17.164, so 16.847 now. Your time to beat. Matt Mitchell in that number 1 spot. So 16.847. Bring out our next 2 cars. Jake Swanson, 21AZ car racer out of Anaheim, California. Stratus Construction, Lucas Oil, RSS Industries, Beaver Stripes, 21AZ. And behind him rolls Wayne Siddle. Behind the wheel of the Arizona's Affordable Diesel Tech, Gertie Engines, number 7 car. Wayne coming out of Tucson, Arizona. Swanson goes across, takes the green flag, goes on the clock. He's going to work the rim down at turn number 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. Boy, the front end kind of dancing around on the 21AZ. Siddle across. He'll take the green flag. Swanson hustling. Now the corner. Quick time. 16.596. 16.596 for Jake Swanson in the 21AZ. Siddle coming around here for his first lap for the number 7 car. Working about car width up off the top. His first lap's going to be third quick at 19.344. Second effort for Swanson. Quicker goes to 16.540. 16.540 for Swanson. So that's now the number to beat. 4 cars have been out on track thus far as we bring out our next 2 qualifiers. Keep your eye. Well, goodness. I looked down to see who was coming out next, and Wayne Siddle out here, unfortunately, selling some T-shirts. So not quite making it back here. His second lap is going to be a throwaway for the number 7 car. Meanwhile, we got a photographer out there with a fluorescent vest on playing Dodge Me. Okay. Oh, we got him stuck out on the racetrack. Push truck couldn't quite get him across. Little slick, lock the hubs in. Here we go. Somebody go get the trail boss. That'll get it off there. All right, coming around to the green flag. Here we go. C.J. Leary, Greenfield, Indiana racer, down to turn number 1 and 2 into 77M car. The Kodiak Products, Gray Auto, Highsmith Guns, DMI, Michael Motorsports, number 77M. And joining him on the racetrack, Chris Bono, the number 15 car racer out of Phoenix, Arizona. Price Right Auto Sales sponsors of the number 15. Leary's, I mentioned, setting a number of quick times this season in the sprint cars. 9 quick times to be exact. Picking up 3 feature event wins across the season with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Series. Be the first one to put one into the books. Was quick last night in a practice session. Lap number 1 for Leary. Second quick, a 16.564, 16.564, 24 thousandths of a second off the top spot. Bono coming out turn number 4. First trip across for the number 15 car is going to be fourth quick at 18.002, 18.002. Leary, second effort. Can he get it? Quick time, got it, 16.509, 16.509 for CJ Leary, goes into the number 1 spot. So number 15 car, Chris rather, giving it what he's got. Actually picks up the pace, goes to 17.468. Big improvement on the second lap around for Chris Bono into number 15. Put them by the wayside. Here comes the racer out of Yorba Linda, California. The big game hunter, Austin Williams, and a dig alert. Ramona Hunt Club Pacific Highway Rentals number 2 car making his way down into the corner. And Nate Shank, the 1S car, or the $1 sign car, I think is how he's actually has on the race car. Santa Rosa, California racer, Lawson Rock and Oil, Sonoma Paint Center, Red Hawk Glass, sponsors on the 1S. Rolling out here first, trip across for Austin Williams. Williams working wheel snakes his way down the front chute, goes fourth quick, a 17.416, 17.416. First effort for Nate is going to be sixth quick, an 18.193, 18.193. Second effort for Austin Williams, the big game hunter, giving it what he's got. Coming out of the corner, carries a little bit more speed, actually a little bit slower, 17.428. So not too far off his first lap, though, but it's going to stay settled in. Just hang on to it. Front end got a little light there for Nate Shank. He's quicker on his second lap, but stays sixth quick on the field with an 18.030. So 17.468. Fifth quick for Chris Bono in the number 15. This Tommy Thunder Malcolm should be rolling out here next. Charge out onto the racetrack. Tomahawk's number 8 car sound a little sharp as well there for the Peoria, Arizona racer. The Race Shack, Michael Bose Trucking, Dave Wilson sponsors on the number 8. Then, as anticipated, Tommy Thunder Malcolm in the 5X car. Fires off down into the corner as well. Indiana Truck Salvage, B&B Salvage, BNT Drywall sponsors of the Corona, California racer. The Maxim Chassis RC Chevrolet powered number 5X. It's Mahako on the clock down into turn number 3. Jacks that baby into the corner. Brings it across. Lap number 1 is going to be 6 quick on the field, an 18.003, 18.003 for Mahako on lap number 1. Tommy across goes 5th quick, a 17.451, 17.451 for Malcolm on his first lap. Mahako looking for a little bit more, keeps her on a cushion up high, charges down off. Across the stripe a little slower, an 18.205, 18.003, 7th quick for now for Tomahawk to number 8, Malcolm. Better that lap, goes 4th quick with a 17.285, 17.285 for Tommy Malcolm into 5X. Now it should be the hashtag number 1 coming out along with Mitchell Moles in the 19AZ. Moles, that 19AZ car, AME Electrical. Mesilla Valley Transportation sponsors for Mitchell Moles, who set himself 7 quick times on the season in the 19AZ. Joining him out here is the Pound 1, or Pound 1, I think he's being scored as. I'm calling him the 1Z car, Justin Zimmerman out of Athens, Texas. Maxim Chassis, Shaver Chevrolet, Extreme Powder Coating, D-Up Racing, Go-To Electrical Services sponsors on the Pound 1. It's Mitchell Moles coming out turn number 4, lap number 1. White flag for the 19AZ. He's going to go 4th quick on the field, a 16.950, 16.950. First trip across for Zimmerman's going to be 8th quick, a 17.774, 17.774. Nice straight ahead attitude for Mitchell Moles. Boy, he's patient. On the top shelf, the 19AZ goes 3rd quick, a 16.774, 16.774. Second effort for Zimmerman's a little bit quicker, goes to 17.764. But stays 8th quick on the field for the Pound 1 cars. Here comes the California racer, NOS Energy Drink, MPV Express, Top Industries, number 4, Justin Grant. Off and running. Vern Sweeney right behind the number 98 car out of Lomita, California. Foss Coors, Bill's Old Fashioned Jerky, Shaver Specialties, and Sway Away Torsion Bars, sponsors on the number 98. As Vern off the pace down in the infield, will go to the 98 cars. So it's going to be all Justin Grant all the time out here on this qualifying run. Sweeney's having some issues. Shuts her down and pulls into the infield. Justin Grant coming around here. White flag, first lap for the NOS Energy Drink number 4 car. Takes it across. He's going to be 5th quick on the field of 16.873. 16.873 for your current national points leader. Looking for his first sprint car championship here in 2022 season. Still has 2 very tough locations to duke it out here in Paris Auto Speedway next week for the Oval Nationals. Second effort, a little bit slower, so 16.873 for Justin Grant. It's going to put him 5th quick on the field for the number 4 car. Next outs, Chase Johnson. 2i car come out here. Will take the green flag first. Pengrove, California racer. Avanti Windows and Doors. Apache Scape. CKE Electric. High Performance Lubricants. Glenn Steyer's Racing. Number 2i car. Making his way out turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Joining him out on the racetrack is RJ Johnson. Listen to that car as well there. I wasn't exactly sure if that was up to snuff or not. Levine, Arizona racer. Pekin Builders. ProFlyer Enterprises. BG Chemical sponsors on the number 51. Right behind Chase Johnson. Going to come across quick. Nip and tuck. Johnson, 9th quick. Lap number 1, 17.683. And the 51, RJ Johnson takes the number 9 spot away from him with the 17.515. So Chase bumped down to 10th quick now in the 2i car. Hammered down into the corner. RJ's got good straightaway speed. That number 51 back behind the 2i. Drops off the banking early. Johnson goes all the way to 7th quick. Second effort, and RJ Johnson goes 6th quick with the number 51. So a 17.212 for RJ Johnson's. Now Emerson Axum. We got the pace picked up out here considerably in this whole qualifying deal. That's Emerson Axum, Franklin, Indiana racer, and the Clausen Marshall Newman Racing. Driven to save lives. ZMAX Race Products number 47 BC. Making his way down into turn number 3. And just behind him comes Matt Westfall, 33M car racer out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. Buckeye Machine, Hempy Water, All-Star Performance. Ray Marshall Motorsports, number 33M, swept the weekend at Gas City I-69 Speedway last weekend across the 2 nights. It's Emerson Axum coming across, 47 BC, lap number 1 for Axum. It's going to be 6th quick on the field of 16.990, 16.990. First effort for Westfall to 33M. Goes 7th quick with the 17.022. 17.022. First effort for Westfall. Emerson Axum, second lap coming around for the 47 BC. Brings it across a little bit slower. 16.995. 16.990. His first lap difference of 0.005 of a second. They got to be happy with the consistent race car. Westfall also just a tick slower. He'll stay 7th quick on the field to 33M. So CJ Leary, the number to beat, to 16.509. Oh my. Boy, he punched the throttle on the front end. One to climb for him there. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, 4-time defending national champ. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma is where he calls home. And Cobalt Civil, Fatheads Eyewear, Crestman Sanitation, Drive WFX.com, Telstar, number 69. Making some hay coming around here, and along with the Madman Robert Ballou out of Rockland, California. Suburban Subaru, Dragonfly Aviation, Berks Western Telcom, number 12. Blue slipping a little wide in turn number 2 there. Back end kind of stepped out on him. Bacon fighting the cushion down to turn number 3 and 4. First trip across for the Macho Man. 69 car is going to go 8th quick on the field of 17.076. Blue slides into the number 10 spot with the 17.222. 1-7 triple deuce. For Blue on lap number 1, had to get out of the throttle there as he was dangerously close to the wall on the exit of turn number 2. She's getting a little treacherous over in that neck of the woods. Second effort for Bacon. Better goes 6th quick. A 16.910. Blue better but stays 10th quick, a 17.213. So 10th quick for Robert Ballou in the number 12 car. The Macho Man Brady Bacon goes 6th quick into number 69. As Kyle Cummins rolls out now, the racer out of Princeton, Indiana. Avanti Windows and Doors, Apache Scape, CKE Electric, High Performance Lubricants, Glenn Steyer's Racing number 2J car. And joining him, the number 72 of Austin Grabowski. Grabowski hailing from Riverside, California. Grabowski Speed Shop, Snooty Fox Motor Inn. Sounds like a wonderful place. It's Grabowski. Well, he fired across the line. That's nice attitude to that race car getting down into turn number 1. We'll see how he's in store for us here. Again, that top spot, a 16.509. Kyle Cummins across, goes 9th quick, a 17.205. And Grabowski's 15th quick with a 17.458. So 17458 for Grabowski. He is down. And then number 15 spot. Cummins might be able to improve his lap around for the 2J car, carrying some heat onto the front chute. And he is quicker, but stays 9th quick on the field of 17.037. Grabowski not quicker on the second lap, 17.511. So 17.458. He'll stay 15th quick. So Cummins, the 2J car, 9th quick. So here comes Brody Roa. Stumbled a little bit out of the gate. You could hear it in it. Garden Grove, California racer, HD Industries, Burris Racing, Inland Rigging, Eagle Chassis, Shaver Chevrolet. In the 91R car, making his way down to the corner. Just behind him comes Sean Deskins out of Phoenix, Arizona. Mesilla Valley Transportation, Premium Coach Group sponsors on the number 20. Deskins got good dig coming out of the corner. And kind of hunkered down into the sod and coasted that front end across the line down here. Brody Roa, smoother than chicken lips, that end of the racetrack. Boy, that's a nice carve coming through turn number 3 and 4. Lap number 1 for Roa is going to be 14th quick on the field, a 17.365. First trip across for Deskins is going to be 18th quick, a 17.701. So Deskins works it out tight to the wall. Fireworks off into the distance out here in Yuma, Arizona. Not sure what they're celebrating, probably qualifying. A little slower on the second lap for Roa. Stays 14th quick on the field to 91R. Deskins quicker. Stays 18th quick, though, a 17.667. Put those two into the books and move on to Sutter, California racer Logan Seavey. DRC Chassis, Claxton Chevrolet and Racing Optics, Steelco USA, Sander Engineering, Barnes Systems, Yuma Auto and RV Center, number 42. A shout out to Yuma Auto and RV Center, not only for the barbecue last night, but also helping out the 42 team. Coming out here and racing with us. So take that bad boy around. Charging Charles Davis Jr. back behind. Takes the green flag for the Buckeye Arizona racer and the MP Environmental, RSS Industry, Connery New Control, number 47. First trip coming out of the corner. Stevie going to shorten up the exit out of turn number 4. Goes 15th quick, a 17.375. 17.375. Lap number 1. Charging Charles across. Goes 19th quick, a 17.527, 17.527. Lap number 1 for Charge and Charles. Charles, second quick in a hot lap session earlier on. As we continue to work through, Seavey, nope, shut down on him a little bit coming out of the corner. 17.608, stays 15th quick. Charge and Charles improves to the 17th spot with a 17.426. So far we have had 26 cars take time. So your next two qualifiers roll out. Logan Williams, behind the wheel of the 5W car out of Yorba Linda, California. Flow Dynamics Inc. Purge Plugs, JFK Design Build. Number 5W, Logan Williams. Coming around here to take time. Just behind him, I believe, the racer out of El Paso, Texas. The Evan Pardo, number 54, Jeremy Jonas. Take a stab at this as well. Down the back chute we go. Into turn number 3 and 4. Boy, that's a beautiful thing to watch across the billboards down there. 5W, a little snake action coming out of the corner. Goes 20th quick. Lap number 1 to 17.541. Jonas across is going to slide into the 24th position at 18.647. 18.647. Again, a brand new race car for the number 54 team. And for the brand new race car come some gremlins. So I'm sure we're going to have to touch a couple things out of that. Logan Williams a little slower on the second lap at 17.734. So he's 5.41. Stays 20th quick. And a little bit quicker for the number 54 car. 24th quick, though, with an 18.205. So now Nachos into the books. Now Sterling Kling rolls on through out of Tempe, Arizona. Jeff's jamming in storage. Number 34 car. Making his way down into the corner. And I don't know exactly what's taking place there. We had the 5W car in the mix there. It's like, do we have 3? We're going to 3-car qualifying? Somebody tell me. Help me. Just behind the number 44 car, Cadillac Cody Williams, Corona, California racer, WC Friend Company, Trench Shoring, CRW Designs. Sponsors on the number 44. Former National Non-Wing Rookie of the Year in that race car for the Cadillac Cody Williams. Sterling Kling coming across, number 34 car. First effort for Kling is going to be 23rd quick on the field. 18.023. Cody Williams goes 16th quick with a 17.393. 17.393 for the Cadillac Cody Williams. It's not too shabby there, coming out late in the game. Sterling Kling looking for improvement. He's able to slide into the number 21 spot with a 17.526. Cody Williams bumps up to 14th quick with a 17.358. So 17358. As Jaden Rogers heads off down into turn number 1 now. Worthington, Indiana racer, Cheryl's Pest Control, Hartenstein Transport. Sponsors on the number 14 car. Officially on the clock, and behind him, Rip and Ricky Lewis. Behind the wheel, the number 41 car. Rip and Ricky out of Oxnard, California. Beautiful Foundation, Physical Medical Consultants, Pro Strip, Jonas Skate Spot. All sponsors on the number 41. So Jaden Rogers, first one coming around here to take the white flag. First effort, good effort. 10th quick for Jaden Rogers, 17.173. Ricky Lewis goes 24th quick with the 17.733. So Jaden Rogers cracking the top 10 here late in the game, shortens up, goes middle of the racetrack. Turn number 3 and 4 for the number 14 car. Second effort, a little bit slower, 17.374, but great effort for Jaden Rogers. Ripping Ricky Lewis, not able to improve his spot. He'll stay 24th quick. Did improve his time to a 17.579. So has now been 32 cars take time, 8 remain. It's a little trouble back in the push chute here. We'll get them sorted out and out onto the racetrack here in just a moment. So 8 cars remain. And that number to beat still, C.J. Leary, a 16.509. It's going to be tough. See what this guy can do for us here. 17 GP out of Coleman, Alabama. Roll Tide, Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane, Pro Source, Parallax Motorsports. That is Kevin Thomas Jr. in the 17 GP. Eddie Tafoya Jr. Apparently you have to have a junior after your name to be out in this little session. Chino Hills, California, Specialty Fasteners, Gasper Transportation, DRC sponsors the second generation racer in the 51T car, taking a green flag, going down into turn number 1. Had some good finishes out here earlier this year, so Tafoya with some miles or laps around Cocopah Speedway. Kevin Thomas Jr. not so much. First effort for KTJ is going to be 23rd quick on the field of 17.530. Tafoya is going to go 25th quick with a 17.549. So 17549 for Tafoya. KTJ with a 17.530. Thomas working right on a cushion coming out of the corner. Second effort, well, a little bit better. Goes 22nd quick at 17.522. Tafoya not able to improve. 17.753 second lap, so 5.49 his first lap. 25th quick for Eddie Tafoya Jr. It's now off into the distance. There's Matt McCarthy. Got to be careful on that. We have a Matt McCarty that works for USAC, so if I confuse the two, my apologies. So Matt McCarthy, the number 28M, is going to be coming around here. First one to take time. Riverside, California racer, Flow Dynamics Inc., Purge Plugs, JFK Design Build, behind the wheel of the 28M. And joining him is Mike Martin, the Magic Man. Behind the wheel of the number 16, Martin with only about 3 starts this year for the Yuma, Arizona racer. Now Quinn Precision Earth Moving, Kading Performance sponsors on the number 16. Rock and roll around, first trip across for McCarthy is going to be 27th quick on the field of 17.606, 17.606. Martin's first effort coming across going to be 32nd quick, an 18.429, 18.429. 429 big block Ford. Well, he doesn't have big block Ford. That's just the time. McCarthy quicker on the second lap. Goes 26 quick, a 17.570. Second effort for Martin. Better goes 31st quick, an 18.158. 18.158. His next car coming out, a beautiful race car. That's number 6, Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona. MP Environmental Services, Chuck D's Wieners, number 6 car. And joining him on the racetrack, might be our 214 car, I think. I got him back around here where I can tell. I don't know the color scheme just yet. I think Jake Neal. Yep, that's Jake Neal. 214 car, Jake Neal. Torque Up Tools, Lightning Motorsports, Downtown Recycling, all sponsors of the 214, making his debut in a 410 non-wing car out here with us. Might as well do it at Cocopah Speedway, a very fast racetrack, and see what happens. First trip coming across for Logan Calderwood. The number 6 car is going to be 28th quick on the field of 17.652. First trip across for the 214 of Jake Neal, 34th quick, and 18.386, 18.386. Again, a former modified dirt late model racer. Trying to make some things happen here with the non-wing 410. Calderwood a little slower on the second lap. His sister Tuesday is racing micro sprints up in Phoenix this weekend. Second effort taking place there for Jake Neal. Bumps up the 34th quick at 18.386. So out comes the number 1, your current USAC CRA points leader, 9-time champ, looking for his 10th here in 2022. That is the Demon, Damian Gardner, out of Concord, California. Getting ready to do a little stomping and romp and see what happens here. PerformanceOnline.com, Western Classic, Carmen Trucking has a shaver power plant underneath the hood of the Spike chassis down into turn number 1 and 2. Boy, he's feathering the throttle a lot, which leads me to believe he might be a little loose for the number 1 car. We'll see what he can do with it. Able to punch the throttle on the front straightaway. Holy smokes, he shot up through there to the number 14 spot. 14th quick lap number 1 is 17.339. 17.339 for Damian Gardner. So he's got a lot of horsepower and a little bit of traction happening right now for the number 1 car. Second effort coming out of the corner. We're hearing things sawing up through there, and he's a little bit slower, 17.751. So a 17.339, he'll settle into the number 14 spot for the number 1 car. And I believe that has been 39 cars on the track thus far. We had one that was not able to take time, still down the infield, so that's all 40 qualifiers, and C.J. Leary is going to be your quick qualifier here tonight for the racer out of Greenfield, Indiana, and that will be his 10th quick time of the season. And the Kodiak Products, Gray Auto, Highsmith Guns, DMI, number 77M, Michael Motorsports, with a 16.509, setting a new AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car record. That is not a new USAC CRA record. That will remain with Cody Williams at a 16.213. But Jake Swanson, second quick in the 21 AZ. Mitchell Moles, third quick in the 19 AZ. Fourth quick, Matt Mitchell in the number 37. And Justin Grant, the number 4, rounding out the top 5. Then it was Brady Bacon, Emerson Axum, Matt Westfall, Kyle Cummins, and Jaden Rogers, your top 10. For the official qualifying, you can find that on USAC Nation on Twitter. We'll also probably go out on the Facebook page. You can find it up there as well. Just search for USAC Racing on Facebook, but they'll have the official qualifying out there for you. But that will do it for Fatheads Eyewear and Woodlands Auto Display qualifying here tonight. Set us up for our 4 heat races coming up a little bit later on. In the meantime, I think we are set for some IMCA Northern Sport Mods and maybe some hobby stocks. We'll send it over. Bill, we haven't talked to you yet tonight.
Well, thanks for handing it over, Chet. All right, great qualifying there by your sprint cars tonight. How many of you guys like the sprint cars here tonight with the Western World? Hey, I can't hear you. Come on, let's get louder. Let's hear it out in California and the Midwest. Again, I want to thank each and every one for coming out here tonight, night number 1 of the Western World Championships, presented by Chapman Chevrolet, UMA Insurance, and Avanti's Windows and Doors. And those watching at home on FloRacing. We're going to kick it off with some IMC Northern Sport Mod heat races first.
It is kind of bright if you look right into it.
Yeah.
Hey, down the infield, looks like C.J. Leary down there with Drake York, our quick qualifier tonight.
He is our Fatheads Eyewear and Woodland Auto Display quick time qualifier here on night number 1 of the Western World. But CJ, that was your 39th career Fatheads Eyewear award. That ties you for 5th all time with Levi Jones. What does it mean to you to be tied with a guy like Levi?
Pretty special, you know. When I first started racing, me and Levi got to race a little bit, and you know, he was always the guy that would set quick time and just podium every night, and that's how championships are won. And qualifying's probably my favorite part of the night. You know, you get to go out there and kind of just put it on the line and see who's got the best race car and the best engines. You know, shout out to Daniel and One Way Technologies for giving us some good horsepower in the hood, and you know, that one's for Scotty. You know, those were his babies. But, you know, I can't thank Bill and his whole family, the Michael family, you know, for putting us at their house this next 2 weeks. And we actually went to Parker and did some fishing, and that was fun on our couple days off there. But super pumped to be here at Cocopah. The place is super fast, and got some laps last night, and I think we got a pretty good tune-up on it.
Obviously, Bill Michael from out here in Arizona. I know you and Bill put a lot of work into your car to be good all season long, but do you guys put any extra emphasis on the Western World, this being Bill's home race?
I don't think so. You know, we just go to end each night and we try and do our best. And obviously our main goal is to win races and run up front and have fun. And, you know, I think we've done a pretty good job of that the last 2 years. And I feel like we've got a really good package. And Just so tough to come from that third row, you know, and guys like Brady and Justin end up on the front row. So I think these heat races should be interesting. I think the racetrack's going to be pretty racy and should be 30 good ones.
CJ Lear, your Fatheads Eyewear and Woodland Auto Display quick time qualifier. Once again, he now ties Levi Jones for 5th all-time with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series.
So with that, race fans, I think we are set to go with tonight's opening ceremonies. So I invite each and every one of you to your feet, if you would please, as we get set to fire off this 55th running of the Western World Championship. A big shout out and a thank you going out to the sponsors making this possible. Chapman Chevrolet of Yuma, along with Yuma Insurance and Avanti, all on board here at the Western World Championships. But at this time, we'll pass it over to Bill for our invocation.
Dear God, thank you for all the gifts you have given us. Help us to enter into this event with love, wisdom, and strength in our hearts. We pray that we would look to you in awe and worship. May we put into practice all that we have learned in our training and bring to mind all the skills and planning from our preparation times. May each of us be aware of all your goodness in our lives, and may that goodness pour out of us as we witness to endure your grace. Dear Lord, you are our inspiration, our teacher, our protector, our trust in you today and always. Amen. We'll turn it back over for the singing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, race fans, with that, we are set to kick off the Western World Championships here at the Diamond in the Desert Cocopah Speedway. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us as we get set to go. Our IMCA Northern Sport Mod Heat Race is rolling out next. We'll send it back over to you, Bill.
All right, three heat races on tap for tonight's IMC Roller Sport Mod Heats. 18 total cars in attendance here tonight. And heat race number 1 is going to line up just like this on the pole. He's going to be out of Stanfield, Arizona. The number 72, it's going to be Craig Zinke. And to his outside, it's a local ball now. Moving back from the Phoenix area, the 33Y, it's going to be David Jones. Lance Samari, they call him Slickback, out of El Centro, California, just coming off the USMTS Tour in that 22. He'll start inside row number 2 and to the outside. Welcome back, El Canelo, Jimmy Daly in the 144. Rounding out your field in that 5th spot will be the number 9 of Gilbert, Arizona's Nick Civilio. And rounding out your field in the 0MS out of Coolidge, it's going to be Michael Starnes. Michael Starnes rounds out your 6-car field, 6 cars, 8 laps. The distance for heat race number 1 of 3 for your IMCA Northern Sport Mods. Look at Civilio having some issues still. Had some issues earlier on this weekend in the pits with his clutch last night. Looks like they got that thing hooked back up and ready to go. Hopefully he's not going to have any issues as the night rolls on. So again, some pretty heavy competition here. David Jones has several main event wins, not only in sport mods, but modifieds and other cars as well here at the Diamond in the Desert. Of course, Lance Murray, former IMCA modified track champion, driving his son-in-law's number 22R machine. Of course, Jimmy Davey out there in the 144. Good to see him back out here. So again, caution lights are extinguished. We'll get ready to go green flag racing heat race number 1 for your IMCA Northern Sport Mods. About ready to fire off. And we are green underway. And it's going to be Jones on the loud pedal first. He's going to lead the field down into turn number 1, followed by Jimmy Davey in that 144. Mari down on the bottom side, moves up into that third spot. He's going to move your outside pole sitter Zinke to 4th. It's Jones and Davey battling out for the top spot as they come off turn number 4. Still a little bit slick out there up on the top side and right through the middle. A little bit skinnier tires for these sport mods compared to what the USAC sprint cars have. As Jones leads lap number 1, he's going to head the field down the back straightaway in that 33 wide, followed closely by about 4 car lengths back in that 144 of Jimmy Davey. Lance Mari about a half a lap back in that 22R, and then of course Craig Zinke in that 72 will round out your top 4. 2 laps in, 6 to go for a couple of Yuma natives, David Jones and Jimmy Davey. Davey trying to make something happen up on that top side. He gets a little bit of slip of the grip off turn number 2. He'll fall a couple car lengths back down the straightaway. Field pretty well spread out across the big 3/8 here at Cocopah, but it's still Jones with 5 to go. About 5 car lengths back, that 144 of Davey. Davey's pretty much running right on that top edge of the cushion. Jones just about a car length off of that. As they sweep in through turns 3 and 4, it'll be halfway this time by the flag stand for that 33Y of Jones. Jones still out top, followed by Davey. Mari still 3rd, Zinke 4th. 5th is Civilio. And Starnes will round out the rest of your field. Davey able to make up a couple of car lengths that time off turn number 4. He's within about striking distances. Now he's right there on the back bumper. Jones coming off of 2. He's going to run down the inside. Now he's right there on the back bumper, doing a little bit of drafting down the back straightaway. Can Davey reel in your leader? Will the lap car come into play as they come off turn number 4 with 2 to go? Green flag will fly high. Jones is going to dip down to the inside. Davey makes the same move, but he moves a little bit lower down on the bottom of the track. A little bit of a push off of turn number 2. That's going to allow Jones to get a couple of car lengths back down the straightaway. It's 5 car lengths to the good for Jones. He heads into 3. Jones plants that right rear up on the cushion. He's going to head down the front straightaway. He's going to win heat race number 1 at 33Y. It'll be Davey running in 2nd, the 144. Mari will come home a distant third, and 4th will be Zinke in the 72. So at